Package came in. Wasn't expecting it till tomorrow. I'm a PC guy. I feel so weird right now. But happy. Very happy. Let's do it. So, I'm a Mac guy now. You know, it's crazy. I never thought it would happen. I've been a PC guy for pretty much most of my life. I'm 45 years old now, and I've been using PCs and Microsoft for as long as I can remember. Every job I've ever worked has been Microsoft. When I picked up video editing and photography, I got into Adobe, and you know, they kind of pushed me further along the PC market. Now, there was that one time where I actually had a little MacBook Pro 13-inch back, you know, in 2012-ish, 2013-ish. But that only lasted for a few years, because once I got my i7, you know, 7th generation laptop that had Adobe, I could put Adobe Premiere Pro on it, and I was paying my subscription. I started with the $19 a month student subscription, and then I went ahead and got the more expensive, you know, once that wore off, they had a $30 a month subscription for the next couple of years, and I paid that. And then they were gonna push it up to the full amount, and I said no. I said last year, no, I'm not doing it. On November, I said I'm not gonna be on the Adobe stick anymore. I'm done. I'm done paying for this expensive software. But it was Black Friday, and they said, well, you know what we'll do for you? We'll give you another year at $30 a month. And I said, oh, I know Adobe. I like Adobe. Let's do it. So I did it. I had the whole Creative Cloud for the last year, and it was cool. You know, I paid for it. But this year, the M1 came out. Apple had the M1 chip in their Macs. You know, and it is the low end of the Macs. No, it's the M1 MacBook Air, MacBook Pro 13-inch, and you've got the Mac Mini. But the Mac Mini was only $699. And if you're a veteran, you can get a little discount. And dude, for $699, I figured it's worth a try. So, you know, you saw earlier in the video, I got it, and I've been working with it and putting it through its paces. And yeah, I'm a Mac guy now. I've ended my subscription with Adobe. I own Final Cut Pro. I've been learning Final Cut Pro, and it's different. It's definitely different. The libraries is different from the way, you know, things were handled in the PC world. The photos is different, and how they handle their storage, the cloud storage is different. But I'm learning it. You know, I pay the $3 a month for the 200 megabytes or 200 gigabytes of storage for the iCloud, which is a lot better than $30 or $50 or $60 a month for, you know, Creative Cloud. And I just like the fact that I own the software, and I don't have to worry about it. If I want to upgrade and pay for an upgrade, if they do that at some point, I can do it. But usually it seems like the upgrades are there. I ended my Epidemic Sound subscription, and I got audio because they had a discount for a lifetime. So I've done that. So yeah, I'm a PC guy now. And there are a couple reasons why, you know, I'm really enjoying this PC world. A couple reasons why they hooked me. They hooked me real easy. So first, let's start off by telling you a little bit about myself. Okay, so I'm a 40-year computer veteran. Been working on computers ever since I was a little kid. My father brought home like a Radio Shack T12, whatever it was, and I showed us how to print hello, and then the computer would think about it, and a line would pop up say hello. And when that happened, I was in love with computers from that point on. I took a little bit of computer coding in as a kid, and it was so basic. It was like Apple computer that they would bring into the school, and then we were blessed to be able to have these big chunky Apple computers, and we were able to say H line and V line and use a dot matrix to put things on the screen, and we can animate it. And I actually coded something where I made a guy with a hockey stick hit it and hit the hockey stick into the goal. And I was amazed. Computers from that point on have always been near and dear to my heart, let alone video games coming along and that being a computer oriented thing. And I started liking that type of stuff as well. Then with the MP3s and all this other stuff that we could do with computers, I was pretty much hooked. But I've always been a PC guy. I did have that one, maybe 2 years of Mac experience. Android and Microsoft, all the way. Samsung, Microsoft. Maybe some other off name like HP or whatever, but it's always been the PC. So, oh yeah, I am a family man. As an afterthought. Number one thing I really like, there's no Bluetooth lag. So I've got computers and I don't like wires. If I can avoid wires, I stay away from wires. I'll take something like this and I'll plug it into my PC and I'll work. I was working about 10 hours a day for a little bit during this COVID thing because there was a lot going on. But I noticed there was always a lag. I would move my mouse around, it would stutter and go, or my keyboard, I'd type things. In the middle of my typing a sentence, it would freeze. And I'm like, okay, what the hell? I still typed a little bit and I say, okay, well, what do I have to do? I wait and it'll pop up and the whole line or two lines will come up and pop that I typed that wasn't showing up. And that was driving me crazy. As soon as I took my Bluetooth apparatus and plugged it into my Mac Mini and I got my keyboard, and it wasn't even the best keyboard, and I plugged it up, there's been no lag. Everything moves so smoothly. It is amazing. And I love it. Also, there's no Bluetooth internet slowdown. So with my PC, and I'm not sure if it's something they fixed, but on my PC, it hasn't been fixed. I've got an HP Spectre i7 7th generation. If I have the Bluetooth on and I've got 512 gigabit speed, so 512 gigabytes upload, 512 gigabytes download. If I have Bluetooth on, it doesn't go over 23, 24 gigabits per second upload or download. I turn the Bluetooth off and I do the speed test through the roof, not a problem. But it doesn't work with the Bluetooth. And that drives me crazy because I don't like wires and I use Bluetooth a lot. So yeah. Also, free apps are useful. So if you can see behind me here, I've got a printer. It's a HP Envy photo printer. It comes with an app. Couldn't do anything with my Windows. Nothing worked. The printing barely, the scanning from there to the computer barely worked. As soon as my Mac saw that the HP was there, it was printing to it. I didn't have to set it up. It said looking for air printers, and it printed. The apps, they work. That's worth the investment to me. Now, I'm not an Apple fanboy. This has not been my life. Trust me. I've gone the way of wanting to, root every phone or jailbreak every iPad and every phone. But I'm telling you, Apple has something here when they can give out quality and have you paying for quality. Now, are all apps perfect? No. But at least they're doing their damnedest to make sure you have good apps to select. Of all the apps, you're going to have some good ones. I mean, the headaches, the frustration that you get trying to get things to work with PCs and the right drivers and things like that can be a headache. I'm not saying I'll never deal with another PC again, because eventually, you got to get into a PC world to do some things, especially at work. But for my video editing and things like that, Mac seems to be the way to go. Okay, another thing I liked about Mac, it's extremely secure. I use Splashtop Streamer, and I was actually having to give them the rights to record my screen. So you go through this page, and they actually have a lock that you have to click to make a change, and then you make a click afterwards to make sure that no other changes are made inadvertently. It's little things like this. I mean, Apple I don't know, this is my first real experience actually trying to learn Apple system. So I'm seeing a lot of things here that, Windows should definitely try and emulate. And to me, this level of quality, this level of attention to detail for security, it makes me think that maybe it's worth learning. Maybe it's something that's worth making a switch. And for $6.99, I'm not sitting here, maxing this thing out. I'm not getting the 512 gigabyte. I'm not getting the 16 gigabytes of memory because this is, like I say, the first iteration of the M1 chip. I don't need to max it out. I'm just trying to change my game, get into the Final Cut Pro world, get into the maybe DaVinci Resolve world, and so far, it's been awesome. There are some challenges with learning photos and learning how they store your photos and how to deal with libraries with photos and learning how to use my file management system with Final Cut Pro and the libraries and things like that. So I do have a learning curve, but I think for $6.99 and then a $2.99 purchase of a software that I'm going to use pretty much forever without having to pay for it again, unless they make some major update that, maybe, I don't know what Apple would do, but I know it's going to be cheaper than $60 a month for, 12 months, $720 a year. Or $50 a month is what? 5 times 12, $600 a year. So, yeah, you can't beat that. So, that's the reason why I am a Mac guy. These are the reasons that I'm a Mac guy. And, please, I think my wife's home. Please like and subscribe. I have much more to talk about along the subject. Again, I'm Big Brother Rod with Rodney Camera Media and Technology, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the future.